Hey everyone. I decided to get a little bit brave today and show my face. I wanted to do something a little bit different. This video is going to be on an aphasia treatment, expressive aphasia treatment. A friend of mine suffered a stroke and she has expressive aphasia. Her language is has come back quite a bit, but still having difficulties with word finding at times. So she may go to say a word and it won't come out, even go to write a word and she can't write it. So I wanted to show you this therapy called Semantic Feature Analysis. When I worked in Boston on a stroke and neurology unit, I used it all the time and it was super helpful for my patients. So this is just a page on the Aphasia community by Graphica. It's just a description of semantic feature analysis. You guys can go there. I'm not going to read the whole thing if you want to know more about it. It's SFA is the acronym for semantic feature analysis, and it's a technique used for aphasia to help with naming abilities. It says, it's been shown to improve naming of items and that are addressed in therapy. And then after that, it's shown to have help to assist with naming items that are not specifically addressed in therapy. So almost like it's transferred over to other words, which is really cool. Another thing about this therapy is it can be therapeutic and also compensatory, meaning therapeutic, meaning once the person with aphasia, word finding difficulties, is describing, you'll see more in a minute, but when they start describing the object that they're trying to name, they might themselves cue themselves to be able to get the name out of the word. Like if they're talking about phone, they might start describing, and then all of a sudden say, oh yeah, phone. That's what I'm asking about, phone. That's therapeutic. And compensatory is more like the compensatory aspect of it would be that while the person is describing their communication partner who's trying to figure out what they're talking about, it figures out what they want to say. So like they're describing a phone and their partner says, oh, you mean your phone? And so what that does is also just kind of decreases frustration, because it'd be really frustrating when you can't get words out and say what you want to say. But if you or your communication partner figures out what that word is that you're trying to think of, then you just keep going and the frustrations decrease. So I'm going to switch over to an example that I want to do with you. All right, so this is a good example. This is a fan, obviously. Let's say I have expressive aphasia. I'm having, like my friend, I've regained a lot of my expressive language, but I'm still having word finding issues. So, and it's really hot out today, so I want to use a fan. But I go to talk to my husband, and I say, hey, can you go get me the, and then I can't think of the word. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start describing it. So I'm going to, you can see all these boxes around the fan. These are all different ways that we can describe an object. So we're going to, let's start with category, okay? I don't know if I can make this bigger or not. Hopefully you guys can, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you can see it. All right, you can zoom in if not, I guess. So category, I would say it's an appliance, right? It's an appliance. All right. Function. What is it used for? Well, it's used to cool us off when it's hot. When it's hot. Cool us off, cool the room off. Action. What does it do? Well, it spins around. It's parts of it. Parts of it spin around and around to create air. Okay, cool. So what's the location? Okay, well, it could be in different places. But let's say we store ours in the attic, or maybe it's in the hall closet. Okay. Association is like, what does it go with, or what do we think of when we need to use it? So association might be use on a hot day to cool off. I think that's good enough. And then appearance is another way to describe. So appearance. So this one is gray. They're not all gray. It has a buttons or dial to turn on and off. It has, I don't really know how to describe that, but it has like panels that spin, I guess is the way. And part of it is circular. This one anyway. Materials. Okay, materials. What is it made of? Okay, it's made of, some of them are made of metal. Whoops. Metal. Some of them are made of plastic. I think that's probably it. And the size. Size can be very subjective. I guess what I would do is just think about what are the other things that you have in the house compared to everything else in the house. Is it small, medium, or large? I would say either small or medium. I'm just going to put medium. Small might be like a button or a shoe, I guess. Okay, so here we go. So now, if I am the person that cannot come up with the word, and I'm asking my spouse I want to ask my spouse for the fan because it's hot. So I'll say, hey, babe, can you get me and then I can't think of the word. So I say, the thing that we use to cool us off when it's hot, part of it like spins around and round to make air. It's an appliance. We usually keep it in the attic or the closet. We use it on really hot days, and it's made of plastic, and there's like a dial, and then there's a panels that spin round and round. So one of two things hopefully will happen. Either by cueing myself, by describing the object, I will then come up with it. I'll be like, oh yeah, the fan, that's what I need to say. Or the person, my spouse in this case, listening will say, listen to my description and say, oh, you mean the fan? Yeah, sure. I go get the fan. It's over there. And then hopefully that will just decrease frustration during communication attempts, because it is very frustrating when you try to say something and you can't think of the word. Especially, I know in the past, maybe before your stroke, you were able to talk very freely and say whatever you wanted. So this is just one of those techniques, and there are more, so I'll try to do some more videos on that. But guys, let me know if this was helpful. I know it's a very different video than the speech generating device videos that I've been doing, but there's so many aspects and so many different things that we do in speech and language therapy, so lots of things to cover. All right, I hope this helped, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to hear about. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye, guys.